after effectively a heartbreaking visit to a school,
Yeah.
where did you go? What happened next?
Yeah. So yeah, that one, I think we visited a couple of schools there, a lot of classrooms. Yeah. And then, so we were leaving, we were supposed to go to another refugee camp in a different area of the West Bank that day. As we were leaving, we come up to the checkpoint, and I think these were someone told me they were border police, which I've heard are worse than some of the Israeli Israeli military checkpoints. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I've been told. And right away, the lady just starts screaming, and these are people with machine guns, and they're doing the whole thing. So got really just mad. It's just weird interaction, right? You show up and they're just instantly yelling at you. And the deal is they just make up stuff to try to like create havoc for you. And the lady was saying, because I entered there's 2 different Jordan border crossings, because I came in from the one, that meant I couldn't leave that refugee camp from that checkpoint. Makes zero sense. I'd already come in from there's just no connection between this this area that's within the West Bank, blah blah blah. So they're just literally looking for excuses to make your life more create trouble for you. I was traveling with UNRWA too. UNRWA is viewed as the enemy. Obviously, the Israel media has just absolutely smeared it with trying to link it to terrorism and all that stuff. So there's that factor. I run an advocacy organization. I'm guessing they had pretty good intelligence on me by the time I, crossed in the border from the first point. They have cameras all over the refugee camps. Probably when I was walking around with staff and getting shown all around, they figured, what's this American doing? And he's, they just don't want Americans out there, period. They actually have a special unit in the military set up to go out and kind of harass people that are there, Americans and internationals, and try to get them out of there because they don't want people seeing stuff. That's kind of just it. So long story short, I went through the whole yelling process. She wouldn't let us cross. So then we turned the car around and then went to, I guess it was about a 20-minute drive to the other point, and then waited in line again. And then as soon as we get up to the checkpoint, they pull us over. Guy starts yelling, and just this goes on and on for a little while. He has me get out of the car, get out of the car. I get out of the car. He comes over, waving the machine gun around, and then get back in the car, and just dumb stuff, right? Just completely pointless. Yeah.
So do you think this is just sort of a tactic to sort of provoke people to then have a reason to arrest people, have reasons to remove people?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all about you think of just a good police officer does not escalate the situation, right? So these checkpoints, that was my take on the checkpoints. They have absolutely nothing to do with security as far as I can tell. They're really just there to create chaos, create fear, put people in their place. And I didn't see how any of this is making Israel safer whatsoever. It's just pure an opportunity to falsely arrest people or create havoc. And I will say, in fairness, I'm there post the Hamas attacks. I've heard from Palestinians it was just as bad before, but I will say, obviously, it's the country's going in a dark direction with how they're handling the situation out there. So I want to point out how horrible and awful it was, but I also want to point out there's a lot of great activism being done by Israelis out there, and a lot of some really cool groups. There's a group of veterans or Israeli soldiers that served in the IDF who now go out and lead tours showing people, educating people about the bad stuff they were doing in the West Bank and trying to raise awareness of that. So